So I've started recording and now we can begin. So hi everyone, welcome to the orientation for the tech challenge for this year. So the agenda for today is we'll go over an introduction for the event, the details of the challenge and some of the important dates. And we'll also provide some links for the resources. And finally, we'll have a Q&A session and address any questions after that. So about the challenge, this is an engineering design challenge for students in grades 4 to 12. And it'll help children to improve their problem solving and teamwork skills. And this event is conducted by the Tech Museum in San Jose. And this year, the PTA is planning to sponsor registrations for up to 5 teams. We have to, so if you're interested, you have to sign up via the link that is mentioned here. We've also posted this link on the PTA website page for the tech challenge. And signups are due by November 6th. And I've also included the event website here. Now moving on, some more detail about the challenge. So each team that participates in the challenge can have 2 to 6 students from grades 4 to 6 in Sinnott. And if you have students from different grades, they'll compete in the level of the student who's from the highest grade. And this is a challenge which the registration started now, and the final event is in April. And we have, so the teams will have, once you form teams, they'll have to meet regularly and they'll have to work on the challenge together for about, I think it'll require around 2 to 3 hours per week. And every team will require one adult to act as the advisor. And the main role of the advisor is they will help mentor them during the challenge and facilitate the team so that they can work together on the challenge. And they'll also make sure that they'll try to make sure that everyone in the team is participating for the challenge. And every team also requires some parent volunteers to help support the team and help with any logistics. So things like, for example, if to make sure that the teams can meet up regularly, maybe they can host a meeting or they can help collect any materials that the teams can use to build their prototype and things like that. But the main thing is that all the parents who are helping them should not really work on the project themselves. They need to help the team so that the children will participate in the event, and they are supposed to come up with the ideas and build the prototype and go through the process. And then there is the final showcase will be in end of April, and that is when the teams will get to present the device that they build. And so that will have 3 things where they used to judge, on which they will be judged. They'll have a team interview, and then the team where the judges will basically find out if they are, talk to them and figure out, and they can talk about how they came up with the idea and the challenges they had and things like that. And then there is they have to submit an engineering journal, which they have to maintain throughout the challenge. And this has to be submitted in a digital format. So this is basically a record of all the work that the team has done, all the ideas that they come up with, any kind of any pictures, any sketches, even things like list of materials that they used to build the prototypes, all the different ideas they had considered, all pretty much everything that that you work on together. They want you to maintain a record of it and present it in an organized form as an engineering journal. And they when judging, they mainly look at whether you have actually worked on it over a period of time, and what each team member has done for that particular project. And the last thing that they look for is basically you have to demonstrate your device, what you built together, and you get 6 minutes to demonstrate the device that you have built. And you get judged, and they have some criteria on which they decide whether your device is successful or not. So, so now moving on to some details on this year's challenge. So this is an intro video they have about the challenge.
Probably have to increase the volume.
That one more time. This year, the tech challenge is making some noise. Get ready for kinetic motion. Use your incredible engineering skills to create some sweet sounds. Starting right now, you and your team can join the tech challenge. We're looking for a device that can store and transfer energy to make sound. We can't wait to hear what you build. Sign up today at thetech.org/thetechchallenge. Kinetic Commotion presented by Amazon.
So coming back to this, now this is from the website.
It's really fun to do, and like even if you don't get it, you still end up feeling like, yeah, I did something.
Sorry. Yeah. So this is about the, it's more details on the rules. So this is from the website. So basically the team has to build a device which uses stored energy and makes about 5 different sounds within a set operating time. And this is, so some of the rules they have are you cannot use any electrical or electronic components while building the device. And every device has to have some trigger mechanism, something like you could have a switch or some clip or some kind of a trigger to trigger the device. And that duration is that they mention here, it is 90 seconds. So your device, once it's triggered, it can go up to 90 seconds and it has to make 5 different sounds. And yeah, and this is the success criteria that they use. So for grades 4 to 6, your device has to run for at least 15 seconds. So for the success level 1, it has to run for at least more than 15 seconds, and at least one of the sounds should be after, say, 15 seconds. And it should make 5 different distinct sounds. And the second success level, that's a more robust device, would be it runs for at least 30 seconds, and you make 5 different sounds. And the showcase, the judging is going to be over Zoom. So the sounds have to be loud enough that the judges can hear this. And yeah, they also have some rules on about the engineering journal, what kind of things you need to include in it. And the other thing, one important thing to mention is safety is a top priority. So every team has to have a safety, designate somebody as a team safety officer and make sure that you're following all the precautions while you're building a device as well as when you're operating it. And this is about the advisor. So every team has to have an adult advisor. And the main role of the advisor is just to facilitate and encourage the team. And they cannot really be, I mean, the solution has to be designed and built by the team and not the advisor. So the main role of the advisor is just to facilitate the team. Now, coming back to the presentation. So the other thing that they have is they have an optional video contest as well, where the teams can create a video up to 3 minutes long about how they came up with the idea, and they can use it to really showcase the work they've done and as well as demonstrate it. So that is about the thing. And I think the link has more details on this, on the criteria for the video. And there's also some fun videos from last year. So you can see like the winners from last year, and you can see what they had presented for last year. Coming back to this, so the next thing is about the dates. So the sign up from the PTA, it's due by November 6th, that is end of next week. So we're opening up the signups today. And if you're interested, you have to sign up by end of next week, before the end of next week. And we want to form the teams and have each advice. So that registration on the Tech Challenge website has to be done by the advisor for each team. And this has to be, we want to make sure that we get enough time to form the team and have the teams registered on the Tech Challenge site by November 27th. So the main reason being that every month they have some free events that they conduct, which is helpful for the teams. So all these events that I'm referring to, they're listed in this, they're available in this link. So you can see that they have a bunch of events. All of these are virtual events conducted through Zoom. So so basically advisor training is for Q&A is for anyone who signs up as an advisor for a team. And they have to go through this training mini course that's listed there. And then they can attend one of these live sessions and ask questions. So they have a session every month. So we want to make sure that we form the team, and then the advisors can attend the session in December. And there's also an info clinic, which is a lot of good information for the team. So it's helpful for both the team as well as all the people involved, like the advisors and the parents. So again, there is a mini course for this. So for these, I had registered for these. So I've included the links for that in the link section in the presentation, if you want to go through those. And then this is the main thing and that is a really good thing, resource for teams. So they have a team, they can have a 50-minute team workshop where you can practice and you'll get a good idea of how to do the brainstorming and how to come up with an idea. So this is something that they will walk you through if you attend one of these workshops. So we want to make sure that we can form teams and have them attend the workshop, preferably in December, the one on December 4th. So that's why we want to form the teams and make sure that they're registered by November 27th. And the last thing that's listed here are test trials. So these are like opportunities where the teams can attend one of these sessions and they can demonstrate. If you have built so if you have prototyped and built something, you can demonstrate it to the judges. And you can get feedback in these events. So the registration for these opens in February. And once the team is registered for the Tech Challenge, the advisor for the team will be able to sign the team up for any of these test trials. All of these, I think once you sign up for register for the event, all of these events are available to the team, and they're free, and you can attend as many test trials as you want and get enough feedback on your device. And so the last thing is the final showcase, like the final event where they judge the teams. This is due it's 2 days, so that's April 30th and May 1st. And so that's when you have to before that event, you have to submit your organize and submit your engineering journal, and you also have to sign up for a time slot on one of these days. So the advisor will have to do it for the team. But in the final showcase, it is only the team that participates. The advisor and other parents are not at all, should not be involved at all when they are presenting it. So for all these events, we have added a Google Calendar on the PTA website where we have linked to all the events from the Tech Challenge. We may also do some other, we may try to organize some practice sessions from our side. And then in that case, we will link those, we will put those in as well in the Google Calendar. So if you're interested in your signing up, please subscribe to this calendar. And now this is the final section is just the links for the different things. So this is the sign up form and which you need to use to sign up for the challenge from the PTA. This is the PTA website, and this is the Tech Challenge website. So this is a great resource. There's a ton of stuff out there which you can go through at your leisure. We have tried to link, put in some of the key links that we have found in this presentation. And this is the Facebook page where there's a lot of videos, and you can see the things that people did last year. There's a lot of fun videos in there which you can go through. And you can see like teams talk about their experience and what they did. And this is the rules page. The team guide has very detailed, and it's a good resource to go. Every team should go through and read it. And it also has a section which talks about the engineering journal, and so every team, anyone who's on the team should always go through, needs to go through it. Student resources is a good thing as well. I think, let's see if this works. It seems to be slow. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, these are the mini course is what I said, which you have to sign up, and then they send a link. So I've just included the links that I got when I signed up for the for this. This is the advisor guide for this year. There's also a couple of so the last two links are like, this is some lessons. So this is a helpful resource for, let me see if this works. So basically, so this is the student resources I mentioned. So it has a lot of tips on safety, how to work safely as a team. And one thing I want to point out is they have templates. So this is like for example, this is a template for when you're brainstorming and a design and what you can use. So it just gives you ideas on what to do, like what you need to think about. And you can use this template and while you're brainstorming, and then include it in your engineering journal as well. And then there's a lot of things about books and videos. There's a ton of links out there in the website. And this is, I think, let me see if this works. Okay, so this is the lessons link. So this has a lot of good activities. So these are like 1 hour or less activities, which the teams can use. Like you can use this one as an activity which lets you practice and how you'd create an engineering journal and what you'd include in it. There's some lessons on brainstorming. You can go through this and use it in the initial. I would think maybe it would be helpful to go through some of these initially while when the team's getting started, so that they understand how they can do brainstorm and work through the problem. And this is a bunch of mini challenge activities. So they are like 1 hour, they can be done in like 1 hour or less. And these are just some fun links that were there on their site. So this is about some STEAM activities you can do at home. And they also have a bunch of interesting activities related to Halloween. So this is so that's pretty much what I wanted to cover today. Now I'll open it up for any Q&A. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah. Is there like jobs for the group? Like, if you were to make a team, would you have like jobs for each person, like not just the safety?
Yeah. You are supposed to come up with make sure that everyone on the team gets is participating and has a job. So if you look at if you look at, say, the Facebook page, you can see videos of what the teams had presented. So teams came up, like there are some videos where kids actually they had you can see that what they came up with. So some kids were said that like they were the project manager for the team. Somebody was the person record keeper for the team. So they were responsible for maintaining the minutes and the notes, and someone was the journalist for the team. So they were doing the interview. So you can come up with roles. I think during the first few meetings, you can decide like what are the jobs that the team that are available in the team, and then you can pick. You can let the team decide, each team member decide what they want to do. And when you're presenting at the final event, you will have to talk to the judges about what your role was in the project. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any parents here who has done it last year or years before that?
My kid has done in 2019, and when she's in 6th grade, I believe. Yeah, their team is Dare to Dream. They a team of 4 people, and they got a Judge's Choice Award that year. It was a pretty good experience. That's why I want my kids to do it again, my younger one as well as my older one. And I feel team who are close, good friends, if they form a team, that's a better approach. That's what my experience says. Like if they have good bond and they can work together. Yeah, that's my 1 cent suggestion.
Yeah, if you sign up, you can always sign up as a team as well, because you can choose like the sign up form has a section where you can provide some more information about who your advisor will be, and you can have some additional information. There's a space where you can add in like other teammate names as well if you want. But we want every parent who is signing up to submit a separate registration form. So just for our tracking. Yeah. And if you've already signed up, say outside of the challenge, you can just email us and let us know, and we can include that as well. If say you've already formed a team and you just want to still, we can help reimburse the fee if you've done that. Yeah.
So, Nitya, I suppose Sinnott Elementary, is it participating the first time?
No, we have done it in the previous years. This is the first time the PTA is going to sponsor registration fee for some teams. Yeah, in the past, it was mostly driven by parents, individual parents, and we did not really. I think it was up to the parents to help form the teams and then register for the event.
School, Miss Armino used to give the registration fee, as far as I remember. Nerissa, I worked with Nerissa Manangdo, was the previous PTA president. We got from Miss Armino as well.
Nice.
Is there any students to pay anything?
No, you'll. It's like $50 per team. There's no separate individual fee, but I think each team, when you are working on it, you will probably have to have contribute some small amount towards whatever materials you buy. But the registration fee itself, we're planning to cover it for 5 teams.
In the past,
How do we
anyone-
know? Sorry,
Sorry.
I just had one more question. How do we know? Is there any kind of like, would we have internally from PTA any review to understand how the teams are doing, or whether they are on the right track or something like that? Because if most of the people are new, we do not know whether we are really making through what is intended to be done, or
I think the best way, I mean, the thing is, the teams are not supposed to share their solutions.
yeah. Uh-huh.
So I think the best way to do that is make sure that your team is attending those test trials that I mentioned earlier. And then you actually get feedback from real judges for the event. And the actual event is in April. So you will have enough time. I think if we form teams now, they will be able to attend test trials in like starting in January if they have something to demo at that time. So they will have like almost 5 or 6 opportunities to show it and get some feedback. And what we can possibly do is after the event, we can either we can try to like host a small meeting where every team can present what they've done. And that would be really good to see, I think.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you.
There's a question in the chat.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, each team has to have a minimum of 2 kids. Yeah.
In the past, how many teams have Sinnott sent? Any of you know that?
I think it's, I mean, each year is different. Like I spoke with a couple of other parents who have participated. Like I think one of them was acted as both as a mentor, as an advisor, as well as he has judged the event in the past. So there have been multiple teams. It was mostly driven by the kids getting organizing and then the parents helping them form teams and do it. So yeah, they've had multiple teams in the past. And if you go to the PTA website, we've actually compiled some details on teams which have won prizes in the past. So Sinnott has had multiple teams win prizes, which is really cool. So,
Hi Nitya, I had a question. So does, if like say we don't have a team, then does like if you have like few students, will you help making like from lower grade to upper grade kind of mix and match and make a team for them, or how it will work?
this really depends on having how many advisors we are able to have this year. So when you're signing up for the thing, you can also specify if you can help out as either as a volunteer or as an advisor for a team, and it will depend on how many people we have available to work as advisor to be advisors for the team. But if you don't have a existing team, and if you sign up through the site, we will help form the teams. Yeah.
Okay.
And
thanks.
we will try to organize it so that I think if you have teams, as I mentioned earlier, if you have kids from different grades, they will compete at the level for the highest grade team member. So if you have say 4, 5, 6, they will compete in the level for grade 6.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
So November 9th is the deadline? What's the deadline?
November 6th. I can put let me just share the link in the chat. And it's also there in the PTA website.
So the sign up link is for both kids and parents who are willing to volunteer. It's the same link, right?
Yeah, it's the same link. You can specify if you're ready to volunteer and as a advisor, or if you're ready to volunteer for that.
And if there is no
Okay.
team, then you will kind of form the team and assign a volunteer to it.
Yeah, we will form the team and assign and try to assign an advisor. We'll try to group, as far as possible, we'll try to group the same grades together, because you will compete in the same level as the highest grade.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Do we already have any advisors like kind of who are ready to kind of help kids, or it's all gonna be new people like whoever is signing up this year?
Actually, this year I'll be one of the advisors, and then it will depend on how many people are willing to help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my first experience with the with this program as well.
Got
But
it.
I think I mean, looking at it, it looks like it will be a good experience for the kids, as well as I think the parents. We just have to help them do it, but we should not actually be involved in actually building the project, I feel. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
If we have a lot of people signing up, we will try to maximize the size of the team. And I mean, depending on this, today we were not able to, I was not able to, the parents I mentioned who had participated in the past, they were not available today, both of them, the people I spoke to. But if you're interested, we can always have like a follow-up. I mean, you can send me your questions and I can ask them for more details as well. I think the best resource is they have the Q&A session. I did attend like the last Q&A session just last Saturday, and it was very informative because there are a lot of people asking different questions. So I would suggest to go through those the 2 training links I mentioned in the presentation, and if you have questions, you can always sign up for one of those live Q&A. The next live Q&A session, and that is on November 6th.
Okay.
Does anyone have any other questions? Okay. I'd like to thank all of you for joining today. I'm sorry about the technical issues we had in the beginning, but we will post this recording as well as the slides I presented today in the PTA website. And you can ask, you can send me an email using the email that is listed in the PTA website if you have any other questions. So yeah, thank you everyone.